Despite the bad records of the new chief of staff, Gambari, yet is chosen to replace Abakari, Omoyele Sowore claims. Kenny Daly had reported that President Muhammadu Buhari appointed Gambari, a former Minister of External Affairs, as his new chief of staff following the death of Malam Abakari, who lost his life to the dreaded COVID-19 virus. Reacting to the development in a statement on Tuesday, Sowore condemned the appointment over Gambari's role during General Sani Abacha's military regime. The former presidential candidate added that Gambari also served also all the dictators that have ruled the country. He said Professor Ibrahim Gambari, who some people claim is an intelligent man, used his intelligence to defend the draconian policies of the Abacha regime while he was Nigerian permanent representative at the United Nations. He was one of Abacha's equivalents of the Gobel, representing the infamous dictator with vigor and a propensity that could only be found in fascist Italy of old. As more pressure mounted on the Abacha regime from all corners of the world, Professor Gambari became more notorious and ruthless in defending and reflecting attacks against the Abacha dictatorship. I remember his many appearances on cable news channels, especially after Abacha murdered environmentalist and author Ken Saro following what can be described as a kangaroo trial. Professor Gambari stoically denied that the Abacha regime had committed a crime. He labeled Saro a common criminal who had engaged in the murder of some Ogoni elders. After the demise of Abacha, his other co-dictators and collaborators were put in their place. Call it the Nigerian Hall of Shame. Professor Ibrahim Gambari has not been touched. He has not been called to account, unlike the Uzenis, Mustafa, and Guazo. He did not appear before the helpless Oputa panel to explain his ignominious role. Instead, he was elevated by Kofi Annan, the United Nations Secretary General, to the position of Under Secretary and Special Advisor on Africa at the United Nations. Even after the death of Abacha, Kofi Annan's visits to Nigeria were primarily to prevail on Chief MKO Abiola to forget about his June 12 mandate. He didn't care about Abiola's freedom, so he quietly went to him in jail and asked him to Fujitabit. It is intriguing that Professor Gambari has now become a darling of so many Nigerian organizations. Honors are pouring in from everywhere and he is getting awards and making speeches all over the place. Thank you for listening to this news. In fact, I don't know where this country is heading to, if we are still heading backward or forward. You see, one of the very good reasons why this country is still what it is and has not made any headway is because of the way we think in this country. Our mentality functions like that of the medieval. We still think of old instead of thinking forward, thinking thinking about new things. we keep thinking of the old things. You can imagine. You can imagine the kind of person the President Muhammad Buhari has elected as his chief of staff. I don't know why this man keep selecting people that has his kind of personality, that has a very close personality like himself. You see, this man, Gambari, first and foremost, has no has his record. Yeah, his record is totally out of it. Is totally out of it. Why did I say so? He he has been he has been uh, uh, in government in the past, and his record as as a minister of external affairs doesn't give any good picture, doesn't good any doesn't pass any good message to the Nigerians, not at all. His his record, instead of passing out positive uh, record, it um, even went on to cause more harm to the Nigerian government. I'm talking about a man that functioned as a minister of external affairs during the time of General Sani Abacha. Do you want to really know what this this uh, this man, Professor Agbola Gambari, um, did to Nigerians during his his during Sani Abacha's regime? Ag- Agbola Agbola's sin is even more worse than that of Abakiare. His sin is even more worse than that of Abakiare, but we don't know that. We don't know that. We think that this man has come to bring change to this administration. No, he has come to continue from where he stopped during the reign of General Sani Abacha. That's what he has come to do. So Nigerian must not concur to to this uh, this fact. We must not give in to this. What Sowore is agitating for is confirmed. One, this man is old and has been in government for years, and two, he doesn't have any good record. He doesn't have any good record. Imagine someone who has been in the corridor of power since the time of military dictator and was part and was a part and pleased with the degree of impunity and wickedness melted melted out against Nigerians then to be appointed as a chief of staff. Oh shit. Is it that there are no more people in this country? For crying out loud, we are over 200 millions, for God's sake, in this country. We must we continue to recycle in the same old way